Hi beautiful, I'm Megan Graham and I'm here today to talk to you about gray coverage hair color. So if you have been trying to cover your gray and you have been having trouble with it, I'm going to tell you exactly today how to get perfect results with covering your gray so that you don't do all of the work of coloring your hair and then afterwards you wash it out and you still have gray. So one super important thing when you're covering your gray is that you absolutely must leave the color on for the full length of processing time. So in the beginning, when your hair color is processing, if it's permanent color, it's actually lifting through the initial part of the application. And for the second part, it will be depositing and covering your gray. So if you take your hair color off 10 minutes early, you will not have the results that you're looking for. Absolutely so important to process it for the full length of time. So another super important thing when you're covering your gray is that you have to take very small sections and use enough product. I've actually been coaching people through how to color their own hair during the coronavirus, and one thing that I've noticed again and again is that many of my clients are wanting to use half the amount of color that I've given them, and they should be using 100% of the hair color. So if you only partially cover the gray and it's not completely covered, it's not going to be covered when you wash it out either. One thing that's super important is as you go through your hair, you should be taking tiny sections. So I'll also see people that might cover this quadrant of their hair in, let's say, 4 minutes. This should take you about 15 minutes when you're covering it yourself because you're taking such tiny sections and you're making sure to get each side of the section and completely submerge your hair in hair color. Also very important is that you choose a shade that's intended to actually cover gray. So if you choose a fashion shade, that's beautiful if you have fully pigmented hair, as in you don't have gray hair. But if you have gray hair, it's not going to have what you need to cover your gray, and you'll be left with a really strange color. Like if you choose a mahogany, you might have almost a Kool-Aid tone, not what you're looking for at all with your hair color. So some really important things are getting your timing right, choosing a color that is intended to cover gray, and using a really neat application process and taking tiny sections. If you have any more questions about how to 100% cover your gray when you're coloring your hair, please feel free to comment below. And if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like my video, please give me a thumbs down. And please follow my YouTube. I would love it if you would subscribe. I'm working on my goal of 1,000 YouTube followers, which probably sounds so tiny to some of you, but everybody has to start somewhere, and every single one of you can make a big difference. Thanks so much. Stay healthy and beautiful.